Oh, how it pains me to write this. Oh, how this incessant noise stabs at my thoughts, my conscience, my sanity. Oh, why did the gods above forsake me with this awful punishment for my sins? Oh, how it pains me to write this. I write this as I sit at my desk, in my home, in my neighborhood, in my state, in my country, on my world. I write this as I occasionally glance to my left to see a glass of old, stale water, and a small cup full of pencils and pens. I write this as I glance more occasionally to my right, to see my loaded snub-nosed Taurus view. I write this as my hands shake, my eyes squint, and my knees tremble. Shall I tell you of the noise? Oh, this awful, never-ending, terrible noise. It changes, it's not the same all the time. Sometimes it's a sharp beep, beep, beep. Sometimes it's a low thump, thump, thump. Sometimes it's a wavering whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. It never stops. Never. Not once in my life. Not even in my dreams. It always hurts, always. Never painless, not even in my dreams. I told Mother about it, she didn't listen. I told Father about it, he didn't listen. They said it was my imagination. It wasn't. Here I am, sitting at my desk, writing these words, and the noise still goes on. It's a sharp noise right now, like screeching brakes of a train on a railroad track. Oh, it's changed. Now it's like a jet engine screaming into my ear. I haven't heard that one before. It doesn't matter, it never does. It's still that awful and never-ending noise. I've tried to stop it. I've gone to all sorts of doctors, all sorts. Hearing doctors, mental doctors, physical doctors. It didn't matter. They all said I was just fine. I decided if science couldn't help me, so I tried religion. I tried all of them. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism, pretty much any religion I could get into. None of them helped. Not the praying, not the spiritual healers, not the miracle workers. My last conclusion was that they were all wrong, and some god we haven't yet discovered has decided to plague me with this noise. Why? I don't know. It just is. What did I do to anger this god from birth? I don't know. Maybe it's some eldritch, old, malevolent god of pain and suffering and decided to have me as his plaything. Perhaps. Maybe not. Oh, another change. Now it's nails on a chalkboard. My spine is shivering now. Did I mention the ticks? The noise forces me to move. Sometimes my eyes would flick back and forth against my will. Sometimes my hands clench up, my fingers twitch, and my wrist flick. Sometimes my legs shudder and I fall. Sometimes my neck cracks and my head subsequently moves in painful ways. Ah, I must not forget the choking. I choke on nothing but air, and sometimes it's so bad I pass out. I don't sleep a lot. My eyes have deep bags under them all the time. My moves are sluggish, except for the twitching. The occasional minutes of sleep that I get are blissful in comparison to my waking hours, until the sound changes and I'm wrenched awake. Another change, once again. The screaming of children. Wonderful. I was violent as a young one. The noises led me to violence against my fellow children. They seemed to order me without words to do awful things. I even burnt down a church. I also stabbed my best friend when I was making crafts, and the noise suddenly changed to a constant rain of gunshots, and I went berserk. There was an awful lot of blood splattered all over my brand new white button-up shirt. My mother was quite angry with the stain. Don't worry about my friend. He lived. Barely. But none of that matters now. My sad, pathetic, dreadful 62 years on this earth are about to end. My right hand is reaching now to the snub-nosed Taurus view next to me. It's wrapped its fingers around the handle. My index finger twitches. My hand is moving. Up, up, up. I now feel the cold metal pressed against my temple. My heart is thumping and my knees wobble harder now. The noise is now gunshots. How teasing, you gods. My left hand is trembling so hard that my writing is turning chicken scratch. The ink from my fountain pen bleeds on the paper. I'm running out of space now. That means this life of mine is near over. Oh. My fingers found the trigger. Gently squeezes the trigger, but not enough to fire. My breath is trembling and my mouth is gently grinning. Almost over. I might as well say this before I pull the trigger. Do not weep for me. I deserve no pity. I'm a coward, and I deserve no love. This paper will be drenched in blood and brain matter in a few seconds. It doesn't matter at all. No one will read this and care. They'll call me insane. And I have some last words for that evil god. Goodbye, you bastard. May my blood quench your thirst.